Welcome to Hong Kong, Pearl of the Orient. 歡迎嚟到香港。We are continuing our Silver Sea cruise voyage. Guess what? We have arrived at the Victoria Harbour a bit earlier than planned. It is still 4 a.m. here, so the captain can't dock at the ocean terminal just yet. I have never seen Hong Kong from this angle before. It gave me an idea on how I should film this episode in a unique way and show a different side of this beautiful city. Somehow, I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is my birthplace. Every year, I try to go back to Hong Kong at least once. I have so many memories I want to share with you. In this episode, I will show you how I travel in Hong Kong, not quite as a Hong Konger, but rather as a foreigner enjoying Hong Kong. So buckle up, because it's going to be a fun ride. It is almost 6 a.m. now. I can see the first Star Ferry going to operate very soon. So I'm going to take this opportunity going to Central and show you the early morning before the business people start to bombard the city. I don't normally take the Star Ferry. I usually take the MTR, but I thought it would be nice to show you an early Hong Kong ferry ride. And the funny things about the Star Ferry price, I remember 30 years ago it was about less than 2 Hong Kong dollars, but now it's $5. It's still less than $1 in Australia. Hong Kong has a bunch of cool public transport symbols, like the iconic Pit Tram and the Hong Kong Island Tram that take you to the Victoria Harbour. But have you ever heard of the Star Ferry? It's been around since 1888 and has a fascinating history. I'm going to share some interesting facts about this historic ferry while you are watching this scenery. The Star Ferry is a Hong Kong-based private company. It all started in 1888 when a businessman named Dorajin Narajin Matarala began the first cross-harbour ferry service. The first boat was named Morning Star, followed by Evening Star, and then Night Star. After that, he decided to name the service called the Star Ferry. As I mentioned before, it's only $5 to cross the harbour, which is pretty cheap. But when you are compared to the MTR, they are faster and more efficient. The ferry, sometimes it can take 6 to 12 minutes to get to the other side. All depends on the weather. That's why the company is struggling financially. Things got even worse during the pandemic. Tourism took a huge hit, and I haven't seen many tourists come back to Hong Kong yet. It's a bit sad, you know. I hope this video piqued your interest and encouraged you to return to Hong Kong. I'm currently on the Hong Kong Island side, and I'm taking a super cool tram ride. We, as a local, call this as a ding ding. You know why? Because every time when the tram stops and starts moving again, it makes a bell sound, ding ding. And guess what? A single ride on Hong Kong Island tram is super cheap. It is only 3 Hong Kong dollars, and that even cheaper than the ferry ride. Plus, this is eco-friendly. The Hong Kong Island Tram, a historic ride that started in 1904, has a fascinating journey. Initially, it was run by a British-owned electric traction company of Hong Kong. Over the years, the tram's ownership changed hands a few times, but it's always stayed in the private sector. In 2010, a French company called RATP took over the tram and make it its own. Today, there are 165 trams, including 2 unique sightseeing trams and special party tram. After all the history cars, I'm getting hungry. So soon, I will be off this world's largest fleet of double-decker trams to have breakfast. Where am I having breakfast? Of course, somewhere special. I'm off to this world-famous Yum Cha restaurant, Tim Ho Wan. My favorite dish is this must-have baked barbecue pork bun and this delicious black sesame dumpling soup. It is the world's cheapest Michelin-starred restaurant, so you better try it. During my breakfast, I received a message. A strange message from the cruise ship. The captain would like us to stay close to the cruise ship area, which I don't know why. I hope nothing bad going to happen. Now I'm back to the Kowloon and looking at the Hong Kong side. Look at this stunning view. Isn't Hong Kong so beautiful? I think the weather and the clean air also help. I never came up to this high-level platform, which is just next to the Star Ferry terminal. From here, you can view the Space Museum, the Culture Center, and this iconic old clock tower. About this old clock tower, it is also named Tsim Sha Tsui Clock Tower, one of the Hong Kong's most iconic landmarks. Has a rich history and some fascinating facts. About the clock tower, it is remain of Hong Kong railway era. The clock tower is the only remaining structures of the Kowloon-Canton railway terminals, which opened in 1916. The tower is over 100 years old and is over 44 meters tall. Although the tower was built in 1915, but until 1921, the clock mechanism was only installed. Just next to the tower is a culture center. Some of the viewers might know that is a place holding a special place in my heart. I used to work here, and it is where my journey began. It is one of the reasons I'm living in Australia today. Now I'm leaving Tsim Sha Tsui and going a little bit further. Location is called Sam Shui Po, and it also is a special place to me. When I was young, I always liked to walk around here and have a daydream. I like it here because I guess I used to live here in Hong Kong, this concrete jungle. But here, you can still listen to the nature even though they are in the cage. Right next to the Bird Street is a flower market. In the early morning, they do a lot of trading in Hong Kong and Kowloon for the flower stores and hotels. You can see bunch and bunch of flowers slowly moving in the truck and ready to be delivered. Here has all kinds of flowers and plants to sell. I like the lucky bamboo, and I also like the roses and lilies, but the most incredible flower here is the orchids. The orchids here are so cheap. They have all different kinds of orchids and color to choose from. Let me show you the price. Look at the price here, 100 Hong Kong dollars for 2 pots of orchids. Wow! Cross the road from the flower market to the goldfish market. I also used to hang around here. Well, I guess it's because it's personal. I don't know how to explain to you. My father also likes fish, and this is how I communicate with him using those beautiful fish. Every time I buy some fish at home, we share how to take care of it and talk about how beautiful it looks at home. But as a tourist, I still love to wandering around here. I never see anything like this in the world, using a plastic bag and individually bagging the fish. Do I feel sorry for the fish? Yes, I do. But at the same time, it is very beautiful and unique way to look at it. It is close to lunchtime. I also want to show you one interesting restaurant, or I should say cafe. Why I say interesting? It is because the food not exactly the best, but the view and the atmosphere make you feel like the 70s. This cafe is called Mido. Mido Cafe is on the Temple Street in Yuen Po and is also right in front of the temple. That's not the whole story. The decoration here, as you can see, is untouched, and that's why I say it feels like you are in the 70s. Part of the reason I want to show you this is because if you know or watch the movie, it's called In the Mood of Love. It is my favorite Hong Kong movie. This cafe is supposed close after 72 years in business. It was only recently reopened thanks to a lot of Instagram warriors who helped them continue their business. Their signature dishes are Hong Kong milk tea and French toast, by the way. Cross the road from the cafe to the famous J Market. I have been shopping here for last 20 or something years, and I have to let you know it is important to be careful when you are choosing. Find the right quality for yourself is sometimes cheaper, not necessarily better. And this is the reason I want to show you one of the most trusted stores in J Market. It is called Sandra Pearl. If you're not a beginner to Hong Kong, you might already know all the places I just showed you before. So I'm going to show you a brand new area. It is called West Kowloon. There are still many sites being constructed in this area for the future. What are you looking at now? This building is called M+ Museum. The M+ Museum opened in 2021, which is during the pandemic time, and this is why a lot of overseas tourists don't know anything about it until Hong Kong reopened. Today, there are two special exhibitions. One is I Am Pay and the other is Go Pay. They are not related, okay? My focus is on the Go Pay exhibition. Go Pay held her first Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week in January 2016 during the Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week. The collection title is Courtyard, has inspired by the traditional Chinese art and architecture. This debate made a significant moment for her career as she became the first Chinese designer to be invited by the Chambre Silicon de la Haute Couture to present her work as a guest member. And I was lucky enough to view her collection in Paris during her first presentation. Her most famous dress worn by Rihanna during 2015 Met Gala in New York. The dress is called Yellow Empress. The dress is so yellow that some people make fun of it. They call it is a pancake or omelette. It is not fair, but at the same time, it makes her super famous. Her last presentation in Paris during the Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week, it was 2020 January. Then after the pandemic, what I understand is she's changing her direction, emotion, and creation forward couture. She's still designing couture, don't get it wrong, but she focus more on the art side. Now I will let you enjoy her exhibition because I just received another message from the cruise ship. not good. The message is about the typhoon is coming to Hong Kong. It means the cruise ship has to embark earlier. Suppose we have 48 hours in Hong Kong and now it means I only have 24 hours. The cruise ship might have to go tonight or maybe early morning. And now I have to look at the list, things I can do around Kowloon before I returning to the ship. Okay, 2 things I would like to do before I return to the cruise ship. Something leisure and something yummy. I'm going down here for a foot massage in this place. It is called Thai Paint Reflexology's Parlor. Once you enter the basement, you can smell something healthy. Yes, something healthy. It might sound strange. It is because they are making some Chinese herbal tea in the basement. And that you can listen to the relaxing 1940 Chinese music. Thai Paint Reflexology Palace has a reputation for excellent service and comfortable setting, make it a favorite almost local and tourists alike. I'm going to have a 15 minutes treatment before I'm going to get some takeaway. This is my absolutely favorite pastry. The store is called Bakehouse, and I'm going to get some famous egg tart back to the ship. Goodbye Hong Kong. Look at this stunning view. It is called Symphony of Light. It is because this beauty I'm going to come back. In fact, I'm going to come back in a month's time and stay for a week. Because 24 hours is just not enough. If you can hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification, and you won't miss a thing, and I will see you in the next episode.